Happy Survivor Series Sunday. The show is still on the pre-show, and it's worth noting that 2 other matches have been added to this pre-show. So now you have 3 matches on one pre-show. You have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, who are now taking on Breezeango. Yes, Breezeango. A little over a month since they did the great heel turn at Hell in a Cell. They are now in a pre-show match at Survivor Series against Breezeango. So there's that, and then there's also Matt Hardy is facing Elias, and then you also still have the Cruiserweight title match, which is Enzo, Amore, and Kalisto. So, 3 pre-show matches. I still think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are being punished for what they did on that European tour, being sent home. So you have what you have there.
The show is in Houston, Texas.
But pre-show is on
and
right now.
The people you have on the pre-show panel are going to be Renee Young, Booker T, Shawn Michaels, and Peter Rosenberg. And you also have Jerry King Lawler there. He's rotating with Booker T. And you have Charlie Caruso doing interviews in the backstage. So they're just still previewing the matches. They did a backstage thing with all the SmackDown women's team, all of them. They're all doing like this pre-match huddle, talking about Team Raw. They're going to beat them. Becky's the captain. That match should be good. Then we have Alexa Bliss on the pre-show panel. She did really good. She has pink hair extensions now instead of red. But her and Charlotte did this back and forth. They interviewed Charlotte. And Charlotte was messing up. She was going off on Alexa, and she actually called her Lexi, which is her real name. It was a little awkward. But the segment was not good. It was like Charlotte was messing up, and Alexa didn't know how to respond. Then we finally go to our first match with Matt Hardy and Elias. Match wasn't much. Elias Sampson wins. It's an empty crowd. It's funny. Matt Hardy comes back. First of all, before he came back, he had the broken Matt Hardy gimmick, which was the hottest thing in wrestling. Comes back to WrestleMania, makes this grand return with him and Jeff. They won the title in WrestleMania, tag team titles. And then SummerSlam pre-show, an empty arena. And now the Survivor Series pre-show, he's jobbing to Elias. So, it's a quite fall from grace. Yeah, the match wasn't much. You have Charlie Caruso interviewing The Miz backstage in the lounge. Don't really care. So Miz actually cut a good promo with Caruso interviewing him, and he was actually, I like how he kept making her uncomfortable, but I just don't care about that match. So Cruiserweight Championship's up next. It's Kalisto and Enzo. Just don't really care about this match, to be honest. So match wasn't much. Enzo Amore wins. Overall, I thought that match was forgettable, but Kalisto completely botched his entrance. It was hilarious. He got hung up on the top rope. That was funny. I think Kalisto sucks. So just more pre-show stuff now. Panel, analyst, whatever.
So you got a tag team match, KO and Sami Zayn against Breezango. Big demotion for KO and Sami.
Tag match was okay. Kevin Owens pinned Fandango from when they got the heat on Tyler Breeze, but still Kevin and Sami Zayn. Their momentum's been completely lost. So they had Dasha Funches backstage with AJ Styles interviewing him before the match with Brock. AJ gave a decent interview. They're really hyping that match. I think that's definitely going to be the main event. That's what's going to go on last. And I think Shawn Michaels is doing a good job on the panel selling the match, actually. And the show is about to start. Main show starts right now. So, unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to sit through 5 announcers on the show. That's going to be brutal. 3 announcers is a train wreck almost every single week. Now we get 5 announcers. You have Michael Cole and Booker T and Corey Graves from Raw. And you also have Corey Graves representing SmackDown with Tom Phillips and Byron Saxton. So, this is going to be... man, these guys are just going to kill me tonight. So our opening match is the New Day and the Shield, and the way this is positioned is the New Day are absolutely the heels. They're being positioned as the heels. When they come out and when they show the video package, they are clearly positioned as the heels, and they're positioned as Shane McMahon's henchmen. And SmackDown's kind of viewed as the heels on the show for the way that video package was. Shield comes out to a big pop, and this is the Shield's 5-year anniversary. They debuted in Survivor Series 2012 and interfered in the triple threat match main event with CM Punk, Ryback, and John Cena. 5 years later, when they came on wearing those turtleneck sweaters, and now 5 years later,
Obviously, they're all major stars, and Reigns is the company's handpicked guy. He's the biggest star in the company, who they want to be the biggest star in the company. The heir apparent to John Cena, so a lot has changed. And they're clearly positioned as the baby faces here. So New Day are really being made as the heels. The way they're acting, they're beating up Dean, getting the heat on Dean. Man, this match was great. That was a great match. A lot of fun stuff in that match. One of my favorite parts was when it looked like the New Day may actually won, and Reigns hits a spear on Big E and breaks up the pin. Lots of good stuff here. Ambrose is he hit dirty deeds on Big E on the outside, and Big E before that killed Ambrose with a spear to the outside. That looked brutal. Rollins is bumping everywhere, as he always does. Xavier Rhodes is bumping. That last final spot was great. I loved it. You get the triple powerbomb from the top onto Kofi. Last spot was great. Match was great. Great way to start the show. And they're doing this countdown, or this kind of this best of 7 thing. I knew what's going to happen. It's going to be a 3-1. They're going to make fun of the Warriors. It's going to be 3-1. Raw's going to blow a 3-1 lead. Something like that's probably going to happen. I have a feeling. But Raw's up 1-0. They're going to keep the score count. So the thing I don't like about that tells you before the main event it's going to be tied at 3-3. So we know 2 more Raw teams are winning and 3 more SmackDown people are winning. Shield window match was really entertaining. I enjoyed it. Great match. So yeah, Stephanie McMahon pumping up all the Raw women. She's talking to all of them, trying to get them all jacked up for the match, and they all run out, yelling out of the hallways. This was kind of they already did this with the SmackDown, just they didn't have the GM pumping them up, so I guess they had to do this segment with the Raw. The SmackDown was on the pre-show. But match is happening now. SmackDown comes out first, the Raw comes out. That was bullshit. They pinned Becky Lynch in 30 seconds. They had Bayley pin her. That was bullshit. Bayley gets out quickly. What a disaster she has been on the main roster. I like her. Okay, so match got really good. I love the stuff with Nia Jax and Tamina, even though I'm not a big fan of Tamina at all. But that stuff was really cool. The crowd was into it. 2 giant Samoans. I thought Nia should have killed her. Instead, they had Tamina get the better of Nia. I'm thinking to myself, really? They protected Nia. She got counted out, but they had all the girls beat her up. She's kind of the female Braun Strowman until they're booking her. But I don't know. I thought they could have done more with her. I thought she should have beaten Tamina. Maybe they could have done the count out later. They should have had her take out too. But they had Tamina get the better of Nia. So there was just a massive fucking botch. This match was good until there was a huge botch to Alicia Fox and Naomi. My God, what a horrible fucking botch. That was just fucking terrible. That was embarrassing. That hurt this match a lot. You had Asuka kill Carmella, and they got Sasha. They kind of tried to protect Sasha, but even when they had her tap out, she tapped cleanly. But she was going to beat Natalya, and they had Tamina attack Sasha, and then they both ganged up on Sasha, and Natalya submits Sasha. Then, of course, Asuka beats Tamina, then she takes out Natalya and submits her. So Asuka wins. She comes out strong. I didn't like how Carmella was getting offense on Asuka, but Asuka looked strong. She wins. She gets a win for her team. They have Stephanie McMahon and Daniel Bryan going back and forth. It is what it is. Daniel Bryan's talking about WrestleMania 30 when he beat Triple H. It'd be cool if he ever came back, but not happening. So Miz and Corbin's out. Corbin comes out first. He had Miz. He actually kissed Maurice at ringside. She was on the front row. Corbin won an okay match. I'm not a big fan of these guys. It wasn't a horrible match. I was thinking this is going to suck. The match was okay. So I guess after every match we're going to a backstage segment. There's only 7 matches on a 4-hour show. You had Paul Heyman being interviewed by Charlie Caruso. He's talking about the match. You've seen a million of these promos. So up next is the tag team title. So now I guess they're going all the title versus title matches. You have Raw tag champs against the SmackDown champs. Cesaro and Sheamus against the Usos. Match was a good tag match. Shouldn't have too much time. Not as much time as the first tag match, but this was a good tag match. Usos got the one. That surprised me. I thought the Bar would win. I thought the Bar probably should have won because they just won the tag title 2 weeks ago. And the Usos are the type of team, they lose the tag belts all the time anyway. I don't know. I think they
kind of don't agree with that, but Usos won. I liked the Usos better as a team, so it didn't really make sense. But they go over. Match was good. It was enjoyable. You had that really cool Samoan drop spot from the top. One the Usos gave Sheamus, and the Usos get the win cleanly in the middle of the ring. That was a cool spot, and I like the Usos more anyway, but I thought the wrong team might have won. I think it made more sense for the bar win, but maybe because of the layout of the show, I guess, some SmackDown teams, I guess, have to win or something. I don't know. We had Charlie Caruso, who's looking gorgeous tonight, but she was interviewing Jason Jordan, and he's so fucking trash. His voice is terrible. Sounds like such a bitch. So they're really hyping up that SmackDown's going to be in the Staples Center next year. I think that should be SummerSlam. I think SummerSlam every year should be in Staples Center. I think that's great. And I think that Las Vegas, Hollywood kind of atmosphere works a lot better with SummerSlam, Survivor Series. I think Survivor Series is better as in the East Coast event. Just the theme of the pay-per-view, but okay, it's not a big deal. Houston's a good crowd, but I don't know. Sometimes the crowd kind of seems dead. So up next, women's champions, Charlotte versus Alexa Bliss. Okay, this match, I don't know how to feel about this. Okay, here's the thing with Alexa. I like her a lot. Imagine like an MMA fighter. Think of a featherweight, a female featherweight or a female boxer who's weighs 155 pounds, fighting a woman who weighs 105 to 110 pounds. Come on. It's like watching, there's such a size difference. I mean, it's one of those things. I like Alexa a lot. Obviously they adore Alexa Bliss. I mean, she's gorgeous. She's a great talker. Her matches are good. She has good matches a lot. She's in there with a lot of good wrestlers, but, she always has good matches. Not great, but she's a decent worker for as long as she's been wrestling. But you can't, man, it's so... And it's one of those things. I'm the same guy who doesn't want to see AJ get killed by Brock, so I might sound hypocritical, but there's such a size difference. I know if this is a real fight, Charlotte would fucking kill this little girl. She would rip this girl apart, and... I don't know. They gave her so much offense, and the one thing I hate it is because when they give someone so much offense, they're losing. It's WWE booking, so I can immediately tell Charlotte Flair's winning this match. And I knew Charlotte was going to win. I wasn't expecting Bliss to win, but I thought they could have done it better. Match was a good match, though. Not a perfect match. Crowd was dead. They worked really hard. Alexa works her ass off. She's really trying. And Charlotte, of course, really works hard as she always does. And Charlotte's great, but crowd could have been a little bit better. But this was a good women's match. It was decent. I'd like this a lot better than the elimination match for sure. But it was good. I think the crowd was a lot hotter. They'd have a better match. The match would have came off better. Maybe if it was earlier in the show. But it was good. Not great, but it was a solid match. And after that we see Jinder Mahal. He's doing an interview. It's Jinder and AJ on SmackDown. Man, I think Jinder's going to win the title back. Fuck, Jinder's winning the title back on SmackDown. Brock's going to beat the shit out of AJ, and that's going to be their excuse to put the title back on Jinder. I'm so bummed about that sucks. Anyway, AJ and Brock is next. I'm looking forward to this, even though I'm afraid AJ's getting squashed. So Brock is killing AJ. I don't think he's getting squashed. I don't think so. I think AJ's going to do some stuff. Match was really, really good. I am surprised. That was a very good match. I was not expecting that. I was worried that this is going to be a disaster. Not because I don't think that either guy is a great wrestler. I was afraid this is going to be a squash and Brock's not going to work. Brock worked his ass off. He gave AJ a lot. He even sold a calf crusher, and he sold his knee or his calf up the ramp. He sold the hell for AJ. I'm surprised. He worked his ass off. He did not want to work with Jinder Mahal. I'm afraid this whole thing was Brock doesn't want to work with Jinder. Let's get the belt off Jinder, and then Jinder goes to India as WWE champion. That's what I'm afraid is going to happen. But that match was great. I really, really enjoyed it. It wasn't that long. It was only 15 minutes, but for what they had, this is the best Brock Lesnar singles match since the CM Punk at SummerSlam 2013. This was great. I really enjoyed this. This was probably, I don't know if I enjoyed this more than the Shield New Day match. I mean, some people love this match. I thought this was really, really good. As I thought the opening match was really good, but I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite match tonight, but it was a damn good match. And this is Brock. When he's motivated, he can have great matches.
The only thing I'm a bummed about is fucking, man, AJ's losing the title to Jinder on SmackDown. Well, it is what it is. At least we don't have to see Brock and Jinder have a fucking match. Main event. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Alright. Okay, one thing disappointing. Finn Balor's not the Demon. I thought he'd be the Demon in Survivor Series. He should be the Demon. He should be the Demon at all 4 of the major events at the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. He's done on B shows, but I mean, he should be the Demon. Even though it's not a Finn Balor singles match, I think he should have done it. I don't know. I think the crowd would have loved it, and it would have made it more special. Nakamura's out. He's got a big pop, and all 5-on-5, John Cena gets booed. So I was enjoying it. Nakamura was getting a lot of stuff. They're really making Nakamura look strong. Then he gets pinned quickly by Braun Strowman. He gets a running power slam. It's over. Really? I thought Nakamura should have been the last guy. I don't know. Maybe Raw's winning, but that sucked. Just pin him like that. Bobby Roode gets pinned quickly by Braun Strowman as well. Ugh. I don't know. So now on SmackDown, you have John Cena, Randy Orton, and Shane McMahon as the last 3 guys. 3 old guys. 2 guys I fucking am so sick of fucking seeing for the last 15 years. And 1 guy who's the boss's son who's 48 years old or whatever. How old he is. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God. I mean, Raw better win. I hope. I like SmackDown more, but who's left? Raw better win. They pinned Samoa Joe. I mean, it was cool to see Joe and Cena. They teased Triple H and Nakamura, which was cool. Nakamura and Balor, which the crowd loved. And they teased one thing I really wanted to see was John Cena, Samoa Joe. And John Cena pins him after 2 AAs quickly. Great. Whatever. So Joe's out now. Okay, this is weird. They bring back John Cena just to have him lose to Kurt Angle after 2 Olympic slams. Why would you even bring back John Cena? I mean, maybe to hype interest in the show, but it's John Cena. He gets pinned quickly here. What the fuck? What? So he had Finn Balor get pinned after an RKO. This sucks. This match is fucking terrible. I hate this goddamn match. This match is shit. There was one cool song they put Braun Strowman through an announcer's table, but like these last few months, 3-4 months, everybody has destroyed so many announcers tables that the announcer spot looks tame, especially after what we saw last night in War Games. They pin Orton now. This is just the weirdest match. This match sucks. I hate this match. This is ruining the show for me. Seriously, this is shit. How this ended was fucking horrible. Oh my God, what a horrible match. You had Triple H standing tall winning. You had Angle about to make Shane tap. Triple H pedigrees Angle, puts Shane over Angle. Then he pedigrees Shane. He teased that he's going to turn on Braun. He pedigrees Shane. Triple H's team wins. Oh my God, that was fucking shit. That match sucked. What a horrible fucking match. That was one of the worst matches of the year. That main event was fucking garbage. That was pure shit. That fucking sucked. So you have to end with Triple H. You know, he gets beat up by Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman stands tall to end Survivor Series, but oh my God, that main event was terrible. That ruined the show. Show wasn't bad. It was okay. It wasn't a bad show. Not a great show. Not even a good show. It was okay because, you know, you had the opening match. New Day and Shield was really good. AJ and Brock was really good. Shawn and Alexa was good. The Raw and SmackDown Women's elimination match was okay. Usos Sheamus was good. Miss Corbin wasn't much, but that main event hurt it so bad. It's not a horrible show, not a bad show, just an okay show, and just a terrible main event makes an otherwise really good show just an okay show. So that last match was very disappointing. That's all. Last match, I mean, it was not a bad show at all. It's just, man, I was thinking this is a really good show. Just a horrible main event can just ruin everything. And I mean, the fear of seeing Triple H and Randy Orton, man, the WrestleMania 25 nightmares came back. Oh man, that main event just, oh my God. Had to keep going on for a minute. That sucked. I didn't hate the show, and I think people might hate the show because of the main event, but it wasn't bad. It's just, Jesus, what a terrible match. And the show was okay. I had fun watching the first 3 hours of the show. Just, man, that was really extremely disappointing.